This is 10 tips to help you get more clients as a freelancer. Hey, I'm Morgan and I am from FinePoints.biz and I'm a bookkeeper, and I've been freelancing for about 5 years, so I've had ample opportunity to get clients and see what works and see what doesn't work. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you're interested in freelancing, bookkeeping, working from home, and getting organized. My first tip is probably not going to be your favorite, but it is when you're first starting out, you can volunteer your time to get experience. So this is what I did. I volunteered as a bookkeeper for a couple of my friends who had small businesses, and the experience I got was invaluable because I was able to really hone my skills on real, true businesses. And then that will also help you get word of mouth as those people talk to their network about your awesome skills. And after I volunteered for a period of time, those people did actually eventually hire me as their bookkeeper. So it was a win-win for both of us because they already knew their business really well once they started paying me. Let me know in the comments if you've ever worked for free and what you thought of it. Number 2 is use your existing network. This was one of the most beneficial things I did. I just told my friends and family, I posted on my personal Facebook page that I was a bookkeeper and I was taking on new clients. And that was how I got a majority of my best clients, because in many business situations you hear that the best employees are references, are people that you already know, or people that your employees already know. Number 3 is use those job posting websites that are already out there, like Craigslist, LinkedIn. I know a lot of colleges often have a job page where you can find local listings. In the olden days, people would use the newspaper. I'm sure that is still an option in some cases. So scour those places, find businesses that you are interested in, and you can either post yourself that you are a bookkeeper and you want, or another kind of freelancer, and you want business and you're taking new clients, or you can also answer ads for people who are advertising for your freelance position. The thing about bookkeeping also, and many other virtual assistant or virtual jobs, is you can look throughout the whole United States. And there are tons and tons of listings for people who need bookkeepers. Now, they're not all going to be great leads, but you want to do some research on the company before you contact them and make sure that they would be a good fit for you. And the next one is hone your own social media platforms. So you should have a Facebook page and a LinkedIn page, and I use YouTube as a marketing strategy, and that has actually gotten me, even though I only have a couple hundred followers so far, that has already gotten me exposure and people asking me questions about bookkeeping, potential clients contacting me. We live in a time now where there is so much ability to have so much exposure across the internet. I wouldn't recommend using all the social platforms and being really gung-ho about all of them, because that's going to make you a little crazy. But I do think pick a couple of your favorites that you're comfortable with and that you think that your clients are using as well. All right, number 5, I think I'm on number 5. Find a niche or a niche. So this is really beneficial because you can get really experienced in one particular area. So as a bookkeeper, maybe I want to focus on being a bookkeeper and being the best possible bookkeeper for lawyers. So I would know how to do lawyers' books, I would know how trust accounts work, I would know all the ins and outs about that particular profession, how they bill their clients, what kinds of expenses and income they have. If I market myself to lawyers, I'm that much more valuable to any law firm that I approach. So that being said, once you find a niche or a couple niches, then you can figure out where those types of people gather. So say you want your specialty to be Etsy sellers. So you need to figure out where those Etsy sellers are, probably online. There's probably a bunch of Etsy seller Facebook groups, or maybe there's a YouTube page for Etsy sellers, and you need to get into that community, make yourself an expert, spend some time providing valuable information to the community without really getting anything back, and then you will become more well-known in that community and a resource. And at that time, people may start contacting you to see more about your services. Number 6, I just called business networking. So there's different ways that you can network, usually in person, with business people. So there's B&I groups, and that is like a group of people that have different professions. So maybe there would be like an insurance person, a lawyer, a florist, a dentist, all kinds of professions. Someone who sells candles or who sells Rodan Fields or all these different things. and they all come together and meet, and then they're able to network and kind of help each other out and refer one another. So those are groups you can join. Usually there's a fee associated with it depending on what kind of level and what type of group you join. Another thing that I've done that's a little bit more informal is I just get to know accountants for one as a bookkeeper. If I get to know accountants, often those accountants in their firm have too much work and they want to refer some of it to me. Or even getting to know other bookkeepers. You'd think that there would be competition, but oftentimes there's so many clients, or maybe they have a client that they're not well suited for, either personality wise or they don't have the skill, and so they are able to refer clients to me as a bookkeeper. And then you can just think of other professions that kind of would go along with yours. I also have an acquaintance of mine who is an attorney who works with business owners. And so she wanted to help her clients out by recommending a bookkeeper because that's a need that she saw that they had. So she asked for my information so she could pass that on to them. So that just requires a little bit more of networking skills, kind of knowing people, and also just being confident with talking about your business and what your needs are and how you can provide value to other people's clients. Number 7 is for bookkeepers in particular, but I'll talk about a way you can apply it if you're a different kind of freelancer. So this is to be a QuickBooks ProAdvisor. And if you're a ProAdvisor, Intuit has a list, a website, or a database that you can join. And then people across the country, probably across the world, can look up bookkeepers and they can find your name, and it has like a little info about you, and then they can contact you and possibly hire you as a bookkeeper. That requires you to take a test and get a certification, which I have a video about that as well, so I will link it probably in the card up here and then also down below in the description box. But that is, if you're going to be certified anyway, definitely join the list, join the database so that people can contact you as a ProAdvisor. If you're a different kind of freelancer, definitely look into other options that have a similar type of strategy. And then number 8 is targeting specific businesses, probably in your community, or it could be virtually as well. I read a book, I can't remember the name, but I'll link it down below, I'll find the name, and he suggested when you're job searching, picking out 40 businesses and researching them that you want to work for. And then there was like a 3-step process. So first it was that send them a letter and then say, I'm going to call on this day. And then when you called, you asked for like an informational interview or set up a meeting. So I actually did this one time and I was able to get a job from it kind of indirectly. But the point is that if you get a list or a group of businesses that you would like to work for, you can approach them and say, I'm a bookkeeper, this is how I will provide value to your business. And I mean, maybe they already have a bookkeeper and they say no, they don't need to, but if you do it in a wide enough range and enough times, I definitely think that that is a viable option for you to get clients as well. And then sometimes even if they don't need a bookkeeper right at the moment, you can ask them to keep your resume on file. My 8th tip is once you have a lead, someone that you would like to be your client, make sure you communicate very effectively and are very dependable, and you make sure to follow up on any communication they say, answer their questions quickly, prepare for any meetings almost like they're an interview, and so that if the person is interested in you, you can really sell yourself and make them want to hire you. So I have learned over time really to be intentional about the people that I want to work with, not just take any client that comes along. As much as you can, sometimes a difficult client is actually going to cost you more time and energy and money than they're really worth. All right, and the last one, number 10, is to be patient. So I know when you're starting out, you're like, I need clients, and you're maybe worried about income and supporting yourself. But just remember, it takes time to build your client base. For me, I've been fortunate because this has always kind of been like my side hustle. It wasn't dependent on my bookkeeping business to support our family, but I really have found that a lot of people need bookkeepers. So if you're patient and do these things on this list, then I really think you will be successful in getting new clients. Let me know in the comments if you have a bookkeeping business or are a different kind of freelancer, where you're at. I want to talk to you in the comments. I do have a free checklist, I'll leave it linked down below, that you can download about exactly how to start a bookkeeping business step by step. And I made a video to go along with that kind of explains it. So all that info will be in the description box, and then I'll put some videos right here on the screen. Some of my other videos, this top one is the one that YouTube thinks you are going to be the most interested in. So You can tell me if they're right or wrong about that. And then this is another one about bookkeeping that I hope that you'll enjoy. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That helps me so much. It helps YouTube know that you are engaged, and then they show this video to other people as well.